What's going on, guys? Hakunabi here to bring some more fresh content for y'all to enjoy. The cancerous state of PvP. It's pretty sad the way it is right now. Well, it doesn't matter for now because SO6P Madara is out. You know what that means. We're gonna check out how good he is on PvP and how to use him to his full potential. Kabuki already showed off how overpowered he is on PvE by completing the Ninja with Madara alone, which is pretty crazy. I'll leave a link in the description. In this video, I'll go into how to make full use of Madara in PvP, as the other YouTubers that used him in their videos, I feel like they didn't use him to his full potential, so I'll go into more details in this video. Enjoy! Before I provide you with information on how broken Madara is on PvP, I would like to let you know that you need at least 3 to 4 dupes in him in order to use him at his full potential. Of course, his 6th ability would be ideal, but not everyone has the money or stones to do that, so 3 to 4 dupes will work for now. You can use Madara on PvP without his dupes, but if you have a substantial amount of good units like Blazing Bash units, try to stick with those until you get Madara's abilities. Here are Madara'S stats for PvP. He has 38,800 health, and with max pills, he has 39,100 health. With attack stats, it's looking pretty good. He has 2,918, and with pills, 3,018. I'll go into more details about that later on in the video. He has 239 speed, which is pretty good. That's the same amount as SO6P Naruto. Madara'S jutsus are looking great, and to be honest, I really hope that his jutsu cancelling effect wasn't removed from PvP, but that really would have making it broken, so I understand why Bandai chose to remove it. His jutsu abilities, if you would call it, are looking really good. He ignores substitution for one, and some units like Rock Lee and Susanoo Sasuke, you have to gain separate abilities in order for him to ignore substitution. And his barrier removal and perfect dodge removal, no one cares about that because there's really no units out there that can do that besides, Minato and that's CM2 Sasuke. And his ultimate, you're most likely not going to be using it unless you get some insane chakra resets, so I'll just be going on. Starting off, we have Madara'S basic stats along with his normal jutsu damage and ultimate jutsu damage. Keep in mind, from here on, all the stats I will be providing you include maxed pilled attack stats. So these are the basic stats I will be basing the rest of the video off of. 3,018 damage. With that, his jutsu will deal 15,995. That's barely hitting the 16k mark. And his ultimate will deal 42,252. I must say, that's some pretty good stats for a Blazing Fest unit. To follow up, here are Madara'S stats with a non-bravery sync skill, or with someone like a Blazing Bash Hashirama behind Madara, so that's 150 attack boost. 3,168 damage, and his jutsu will deal 16,790. His ultimate will deal 44,352, and for someone who gives ultra combo and is a tank while a pesky dodger, this is some serious damage. If you put someone like Hashirama behind Madara while he gets the non-bravery boost, so 300 attack in total, 3,318 damage, his jutsu will deal 17,585, and his ultimate will deal 46,452. Also, what I mentioned earlier about Madara being in a complete different level with his 6th ability, on top of dodge, damage reductions, chakra resets, which I'll get into more later, he deals a crap ton of damage. With his max abilities with no non-bravery sync skills or the Buddy Hashirama, he deals 3,418 damage, and his jutsu will deal 18,115, and with his ultimate, 47,852. With the Buddy Hashirama or the non-bravery boost, 3,568, his jutsu will deal 18,910, and his ultimate will deal 49,952. With both Buddy Hashirama and non-bravery boost, 3,718 attack stats, his jutsu will deal 19,705, and his ultimate will deal 52,052. Now that we have gone into the most realistic combinations you can use in order to have Madara deal more damage, here are some characters that I recommend you use as his buddy on PvP. For the buddies that you should use behind Madara, I recommend Gaara as the first choice, the Blazing Bash Gaara. Non-Blazing Awakened, he gives 25% damage reduction, which is 55% damage reduction for Madara if you have his third ability. Non-Blazing Awakened, he gives 20% damage reduction, which is 50% total for Madara with his third ability. And also Gaara has amazing speed and deals decent damage, and you'll be able to get Madara out on the field in order to give an ultra combo to everyone else on your team right when the match starts. Also, if you don't have Madara's third ability or fourth ability, Gaara really does a good job in keeping Madara alive, and I highly recommend you use Gaara. And the second buddy that I recommend is Naruto Sage of Sixth Path, the seal of Light. He gives 20% dodge as a buddy, and when Naruto is out and Madara's a buddy, he heals 1450 each turn. That's really good. And he also has a good switch out with 5 chakra, so you can place him at the front so he can tank for Madara, and when his turn comes, he can switch out and use Madara's jutsu, and when Madara comes back, you can use Naruto's jutsu. But I highly recommend you use him with his 5th ability. If you don't, try not to use him, because 6 chakra really isn't ideal for PvP. He has great speed, 239 just like Madara, and he has great survivability because of the wisdom damage reduction. Another buddy that you can use is Hashirama, and with Hashirama's third ability, he deals 700, he heals for 750 each turn, and he's a great switch out for 4 chakra, which means if someone like the Blazing Bash Itachi or CM2 Sasuke chakra seal you, oh, I forgot Hinata. If they chakra seal you, as long as they don't chakra seal him, you'll be able to use a jutsu even if you get switch sealed. And Hashirama gives a great buddy skill as 150 attack boost, and this is great. Hashirama is great to use if you do not have Madara's 6th ability. Also, Hashirama is pretty good in speed, 325 max speed with abilities or whatnot. Also, the last buddy that I recommend is Zabuza with the 25% dodge, coming in clutch, 45% dodge. That's the maximum allowed in the game. If I'm wrong, please correct me and go yell at Toxin Storm, because he's the one who provided me with that information. Just like Hashirama, he's a great switch out, meaning, you will always have a jutsu available. He's a great survivor, and he has great speed. So that's for Zabuza. Oh, great survivor, I mean, he has 20% damage reduction when he uses his jutsu, so you'll be able to stay alive, along with the 250 healing you get for Madara as a buddy. Madara's sync skills are really great because you can sync with Uchiha and get 50% damage reduction, sync with non-bravery units and gain 150 attack boost, and the useless one that no one cares about, sync with bravery and restores 100 HP per turn. Some units that you can sync with that are Uchiha and some that are non-bravery, there's Blazing Bash Itachi, Edo Itachi, Blazing Bash Madara, Rinnegan Sasuke, Blazing Bash Shisui, Jubito, Blazing Fest Madara, Blazing Bash Sasuke, Blazing Fest Sasuke, which is the body that nukes the entire map. And what I don't recommend you use, but are still Uchihas and sometimes non-bravery, the Bravery Susanoo Sasuke, the Wisdom Susanoo Sasuke, Kirin Heart Sasuke, PTS Sasuke, the Bundle Skill Sasuke, Chunin Exam PTS Sasuke, and Taka Sasuke. Here are the top 3 teams that I've made that you can use Madara in. Keep in mind, with the first 2 teams, you want to have a decent amount of dupes. So for example, for Blazing Bash Hashirama, you want at least 2 of his abilities to have the 25% damage reduction, and so on. The first team that I've made, Blazing Bash Gaara. Behind him, there's Blazing Bash Itachi. Second lane, Sage of Sixth Path Naruto on top. Behind Sage of Sixth Path Madara. Third lane, Blazing Bash Hashirama, and then behind Blazing Bash Madara. How this team works: Gaara goes first. Itachi gives chakra to everyone, and chakra seals the enemy team and pisses them off. Second team, second part of the team is Sage of 6 Path Naruto can use his jutsu or switch out to Madara if he doesn't have his jutsu, or, you know, whatever. And the third lane is the classic lane that everyone hates. Okay, so going on to the second team, you have Jubito. Behind, you have Blazing Bash Madara. Second lane, you have Gaara. And behind, you have Sage of 6 Path Madara. Third lane, you have Wisdom Obito. And behind, you have Blazing Bash Zabuza. I know what you're thinking. It's pretty cancer, isn't it? But how I've made this team is everyone benefits each other one way or the other, and there's always a plan too. Gaara goes first. Blazing Sage of 6 Path Madara gives Ultra Combo to Jubito and Wisdom Obito. When Jubito's turns comes, if he doesn't have a jutsu or if he doesn't have enough targets, you can just switch out to Blazing Bash Madara and do his thing. So when Jubito comes back, he can use his jutsu. And the last lane, when Wisdom Obito comes, he should have 5 chakra or 6, and accordingly, you can use Zabuza if, you know, you decide or whatever. So this team, I believe, has great survivability, with Jubito having the damage reduction and Madara just not taking jutsu damage, Gaara just not being out on the field a lot of the times, with Madara just being out with the damage reductions. Third lane, Wisdom Obito with a 45% the dodge, and Zabuza with the 20% damage reduction if he uses the jutsu, as well as the 50% dodge with the Wisdom Obito. The third team, as I mentioned, is the poor man's team. You don't need any dupes except for the Sage of 6 Path Madara. Gaara goes first. Madara gives chakra to everyone. Edo Itachi does his nuking with 18.5k neutral, or Blazing Bash Madara does his thing, and then there's a Hinata Ino benefiting each other. If you have any questions with the units that you want to switch out, whether if you have him or if you don't have enough dupes or you just don't like the character, just comment down below or contact me, I guess, and I'll try to help you out. Alright, have a great day, everyone. Time to think of my next video.